in Georgia who, so many messages on my screen, who were threatened and lied about by none other than Donald Trump himself. And the MAGA crawled out from wherever they were before. And this is a song about them. I won't say your name. You don't want to be recognized in the grocery aisle. All the settings of your life. Vigilante come, threats fired like guns. All your loved ones in danger now. I won't say your name. Working on election day, you are patriots, counting what the people say. Vigilante threats, threats fired like guns. All your loved ones in danger now. Your mama named you. She can't call your name. Vigilante. MAGA vigilante riding up the lane. So I won't say your name. You don't want to be recognized in the grocery aisle. All the settings of your life. All the settings of your life.
Whoa. Man.
So it was interesting the way this song happened. You know, Donald Trump has been arrested for the crimes he committed in Georgia, including threatening these election workers. And of course, their names are all over everywhere now. And so when I started to write it, I said to Deneen, what are their names again? You know, I want to write about it. She said, no, that's not what they said. They don't want you to say their name. And so we went that way. But anyway.
That was amazing. I mean, please, everybody unmute yourselves and oof, while I recover. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. No.
You and Deneen. I didn't know y'all were songwriting, dynamo.
You know, we do a lot of mind walking. We've done that for years, and sometimes that will evolve into something, creative.
How is your answer a poem? That's just not fair. That's just... Thank you so much for being here and for sharing that song. I hope you share something else later. Okay?
Yeah, you bet. It's wonderful to see you, Ray Jane.
Same here, brother. Same here. As always, All right. Well, that's a hell of a way to start. Loved it. Anybody else want to share a little something? Bob, I see you breaking out the pages.
Yeah, I had bookmarked some shit, but I can't, for some reason I can't find it. Hold on just a minute.
Sure.
Yeah. Since it's the 50th anniversary of hip hop, I gotta find this poem though. All right. Let somebody else read. Come back to me. Or give me a minute, one or two. I had it should.
All right, how about I read one?
Yeah, do that. Okay, I found it.
Oh, you found it. There you go.
Yeah, okay.
Go ahead.
For the 50th birthday of hip hop. This is called Things You Wanted to Know About the Bronx, but Were Afraid to Ask. I first met the Bronx while she was pregnant with hip hop. A bastard child, she didn't know who the father was. I lived on the top floor of a 6-story walk-up down the street from loose joints, nickel sacks of cess, and dimes a tie stick. Searching for something good to say about it, I could only say the rent was cheap and the building kept together by the roaches holding hands. Entertainment was free. Late nights, I found myself watching the mice dancing across the floor, doing the boogie to the ricochet of gunplay. I was beginning to think that's why it was called a boogie down. The hot commodity was heroin. Crack hadn't made the scene. The year 1978, and the threat of gentrification was stewing in a pot of destruction. Music programs were eliminated from education, so the School of Hard Knocks appropriated electricity from streetlights to power speakers and turntables. The US war machine slowed down a bit. The economy dragged, and Ronnie the Ray Gun looted the poverty programs, so community centers locked their doors. DJ Kool Herc threw block parties in the projects, so rapping and dancing became the new battleground. The drug war hadn't started, so there was temporarily no turf to fight over. There was a brief quiet before the storm of heroin replaced by crack cocaine supplied by the CIA, aiding the Rockefeller plan to make the hood unlivable, building condos, pushing out poor folk in mom and pop stores. Meanwhile, MCs had bragging rights to talk trash about the birth of hip hop and the boogie down. Corporations raised the rent too high for bodegas, and corner stores struggled not to be replaced by Starbucks. It's the last holdout for affordable housing. The news media called it urban blight, treating it like an extension of the Bronx Zoo, but the inhabitants called it Fort Apache. Street gangs ruled the block, and Hunts Point titty bars like the Wedge and the Golden Lady were where the hustlers and ladies of the night came to play. Fat Joe, T. La Rock, C. Ray Walsh, Smooth B, Cool Keith, Sadat X, Big Pun ruled. When Run DMC from Queens came on the scene, KRS-One let everyone know who came first, singing, "The bridge is over, the bridge is over." But now there's gentrification. I call it appropriation, as the new urban hipsters call it sobro. So as things change and may never be the same, just remember I'm talking about South Bronx, South Bronx, yeah, South Bronx, South Bronx.
Hey, look, you got the people in the boxes dancing. Look, that's what's up. That was dope, man.
Thanks.
Feel free to mute yourself and yell and give them some love.
First of all, I have so much respect for your pen. You know, there's we have poets that we love and poets that we like, and then there's poets that we always in awe, and I'm always in awe. There's always work, brother, that you put out in your work, man. I'm so grateful to hear you do your thing, man. I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. Can't wait till I get to New York and hear you live. I got to hear you in person. I'm coming back home, baby.
All right, come on, man.
Yeah, that's so well put. Your work always inspires me, man.
Thank
Always.
You. Thank y'all.
Thank you. I mean, just here sponging, you know, soaking it up. That's it. You got another one, or you want to hold?
Yeah, I got another one. Hold on. Let's see.
Oh.
Let me see right quick. Let me see right here. What made it so bad is I had bookmarked all of this, and now I can't fucking. Zoology, epigraph. The circus is in town. The circus is the town, and you never get out of town. The original Last Poets. Sundays, the visitors come on tour buses uptown, double park for blocks, soaking up space and gospel. Fill the offering plate, leave before the sermon. Don't speak English anyhow. Theater of reality is in the street, across 7th Avenue at the liquor store. T-Bone does the baboon, pants hanging off his ass, cracked out, toothless. Cameras, snap, snap. Lucy's, he mumbles, got that cheap nicotine, real surreal it all seems, the American dream. Can you spare some change? Life is a crapshoot. Give me a small down payment on the Triborough Bridge. Watch the natives do the hustle, selling stolen village voices for 50 cents. Smile, click, click. Next stop, Sylvia's, now owned by Japanese entrepreneurs to dissuade fear of a black planet. After all, Starbucks is down the street from the Apollo just to make sure caffeine dreams are realized. The homeless man with the raccoon eyes opens the door, reaching for a tip since the stock market dipped. Street corner prophets proselytize, screaming about the devil. Jesus never called himself a Christian, but the Holy Bible says God made the devil too, so boo, we ain't scared of ghosts, not even holy ones. Pour a little liquor for the walking dead. There are offerings in the cracked plate on the altar by the bodega owned by Muslims on the corner. Just jazz and gibberish spoken here, no jive. Don't waste cash on the tour guide book. The jelly speaks in tongues.
Yeah. Now, was that one of the ones you bookmarked, or you just bust us in the head with a random one?
No, that's where I bookmark.
Okay.
But I could bust you in the head with a random one if you like.
You are in the city, right? You are in New York City, right?
Yeah, I'm in Harlem, baby.
Harlem, good. You travel?
Some.
If the money's right?
Yep. Indeed.
We got a festival that we got funding for in April, coming up in April.
Where are you?
Another project that I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
And I got another program that I'm putting together that I'm trying to bring some poets in and sit in the theater and around. And so if they fund me, I'm trying to get some poets from outside that haven't been down this way. So Ray J, get ready, because I'm trying to get you down here too. Don't play.
Hey, all right now, listen. This is what we do at The Word Is Right. We make connections, let the poets connect.
All right.
That's beautiful, man. I'm just bowled over. I'm glad to be in the room, as always.
We're glad to have a room.
You know what I'm saying?
How about that?
Yeah.
How about that? To have somewhere to be, to hear, to share, to do all this lovely shit. Woo! Jai, you got something you want to share with us?
I thought you was giving writing prompts tonight, so I wasn't prepared. I'm actually working.
I got prompts.
Well, that's good. Good. I'm actually working on I'm doing a love poetry book with a fellow poet, Darkman Blues, Sammy Rain. I don't know if y'all are familiar with Darkman Blues.
Come on, stop that.
So I'll read something from there, and just to see, because we putting it together. I think he's got about 30 of mine now, so we trying to fill it up and see what we got. But I'll read one and kind of see where we going.
Oof.
If you were mine, your name would paint my tongue, scribe across my speech in teardrops. Love might sing different. Build a home like dandelions holding space without my permission. If you were mine, I could rest these shoulders, cover my naked heart with your inhales, exist in a safe and drunken slumber. I could blame you honest, lay outstretched under the calypso of Caribbean clouds. If you were mine, I could find delight in small words like laugh, cherish. Baby girl, sweet thing, lady of my dreams, if you were mine, I would never have secrets. Your journal would be my catalog. This union would become my wardrobe, and my two-step would master your finery. I would know my reason to love, to pray, and to be grateful. I would become something new if you were mine. So yeah, we working on it.
All right.
We're working on it. Yeah, I was supposed to come to that summit, but I got so many obligations. I just can't get free. Can't get free. Yeah.
Wow, that was beautiful, Ja. That was really gorgeous. That book is gonna be woo.
Let me tell you, Dark Man Blues got me. We on the phone like 3 hours every day throwing poems back and forth. He write one, I write one, and so you know, I told him, you know, I write lengthier poems, but I'm that was the longest poem in the book. Everything else I'm shortening and making one pages. So, you know, when you compact the poem, it hit different. You know what I mean? And Dark Man Blues just got a magic to him. So, yeah.
True. That's true.
Y'all both got a magic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I look
That
forward.
was
It's gonna be hot.
beautiful work.
Caliente. It's gonna be babies made.
Caliente.
Bless you, brothers, and you know your contribution to the next generation's made. We appreciate you. Sheesh. Hot. Loved it. All right. Well, I'm gonna share one. All right. Something I just wrote.
And just before, I'm not to interrupt you, but I've been listening to you since yesterday on your SoundCloud. Oh, come on. You're killing me. You're killing me. You're killing me. You're killing me.
Thank you. I appreciate you for even going over there. Nonetheless, listen to more than one. All right.
Yeah, I got to check it out. See,
Okay.
I ain't know about that, but now I know that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I might drop a link for you. Make it easy.
All right.
All right. Let me see if I can find that real quick, right? But I am also just about done with my first book.
Uh-oh. Look out.
This is the last poem. This is the last one that I was waiting on. There is a puzzle game that was created by the McLaughlin brothers in 1874, entitled Chopped Up Niggers,
Whoa.
if you can imagine. So this poem is in response to that. It's entitled Human Jigsaw. Y'all the first to hear it, so I hope you fuck with it. Consider the absurdity in sectioning a black body. Hacksaws taken to our humanity daily, ogling, public, eyeing the lusciousness in our swing. Powerless spirits pull our physicality to pieces, partition parents to penitentiaries, planned parenthood eager to keep cap on our blooms, cage our gardens. Deforestation also happens in neighborhoods. Unrooted oaks booked for loitering as if penal institutions didn't unearth them first. Nah, something smells like the pungence of planning. Impossible to ignore spirit hounding the scent, going after it. Familiar rabidness ravaging, going back to old days, old ways of capturing earthbound spirits, laying traps still, rounding us up, hushing guts with delicious, semi-satisfying carcinogens, dulling our signaling plans, popping up all over. Conspiracies of unaliving we, now unredacted public Zion emerging from our unmuffled stories. Zeal of ancestry climbing out of silence. Lakes like Lanier, so crowded now, killing on contact. Easier to feed secret sleeping beast immediately. Submerge the truth beside black bodies. Too many pieces realigning ornate bodies emerging from false narratives. Princess made inmates, numbers unnamed, stripped again, too familiar to be willing, digested again. Thrones begin to regurgitate bad minds. Obelisks raise, rename themselves Tekken. Gross memory of reason for structure recovering. Each corner of black consciousness trying out our telepathy, tossing black hats in Montgomery, calls to reassemble, to fight, evil, unable to erase enough of us, refusing to be blurred, we piece together.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
My hat ain't black, but I could still.
I don't have no hat on, but anyway.
Toss that shit. Wouldn't have been crazy if my fro would have went flying. Plot twist.
Yeah, you have a magnetism to voice to word. There's a magnetism in that pulls you voice to word. It's special.
I appreciate you.
It's special.
I appreciate you. Oh, and I did get your message. I'm sorry I didn't get back to you. I
No,
don't
no.
have an audio book.
You don't?
You do?
I put one out. All I have is my SoundCloud.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna need you. You definitely need to get your audio book and then stop playing.
You right. I mean, I'll stop you when you start lying. Right? Yeah.
Oh,
Appreciate you. Teresa, I see you in the room. Sis, do you have anything would you like to share?
Sure.
Freewheeling.
Let me see what I got. Go into my notes.
On in. Get in there. And then we'll get into some prompts for Jai.
The time I visited Italy, the part of my country I heard the most about, but not the area where I'm from, my upbringing taught me to be ashamed of the parts of my genealogy which were supposedly beneath me. Yet very few knew about my ancestors, but I think they were crying. When my mother taught me to hate myself, the part of me that she was the most appalled by, I looked like him. That other half of me, represented by my father. She wanted no parts of him after he was unfaithful to her, and that rift eventually tore apart the family. Piece by piece, a torturous split that took its toll over the course of 18 years.
Wow.
I'm shaped by the culture of the women who raised me. My Italian grandmother, who spoke less about her heritage, except that she survived. My mom's mother, who spoke fluent Hungarian and joined clubs and wore makeup and fancy clothes and drank liquor and smoked and sang songs and played weird music. She seemed to squeeze every drop of life into her glass and drank it all while spitting in the face of any detractors. She'd been paralyzed when she was 16 by polio, but she didn't let that stop her from experiencing everything life had to offer. She walked with a limp. I guess people stared at her. Some who stared at her were her other grandchildren. I did not care about such things because I loved her. Hungarian and Italian cultures coming together in a pot to boil the blood and deafen the ears, because the volume of the voice determines who wins the argument.
Damn.
Okay.
Thank you.
Boy, and real, Terry.
that was wonderful.
Yeah. Raise your sharp.
Thank you.
Shout out to your grandma.
I know my family. I thank God for my family, man, because they're my best material. They really are they're my best material. My dad came to visit me and he finally got a copy of my book a couple days ago and he said, "You blame everything on your parents." And I turned around and looked at him. I said, "You read my book?" I was so excited he read it. I said, "You know what? Thank you. I just want to thank you for giving me all the material, man."
That's awesome. That was hilarious.
I didn't think he was going to read it.
He read it. He read it.
He read it all right.
We got the proof, right?
I knew if he did read it that he was going to pick out whatever little part he found himself and then come at me. I just knew it, but I was ready.
Too late by then, right?
I was ready, man. I'm old. I'm too old for this now.
Hear that. Right on, Terry.
You're
Shout
never
out
too
to
old. Yeah, you're never too old.
I'm saying, like, you know how when we were kids, you're intimidated by your parents. At least I was, because I was, you know, I get the back of the hand if I wasn't. So now you can't give me the back of the hand because I'm pretty close in age to you, really. When you want to think about it, let's run these numbers now. You know, I'm not that far off from we talk about how it is, how our aches and pains, and how it is getting old, and you know. Like I'm thinking, you know, I'm only about 20 years separated from you. Like that's not a long time.
Yeah, well, hey, I'm glad that you can, because you know that's still risky over here.
Yeah.
My mama still got that reach, boy. She's still. Touch.
I'm 61. I'm only 5 years away or 4 years away from retiring and being a senior citizen. So, you know, they don't do that no more. Like after a certain amount of time, they just be like, all right, forget it. You know what? It is what it is. Really, it is what it is now. Yeah. They don't got the strength. They don't got the strength to come after me.
Thank goodness for that. Amen. That is dope. Thank you so much for sharing and for being here. It's good to see you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. We see you, Chan-san. You want to share a little something before we get into these prompts?
Of course. I wrote a lot today, so let's see.
Ooh.
Christ is still with us. I know my Redeemer lives deep within my heart. Christ is still with us. I know my Redeemer lives deep within my heart. Eye candy from God, a tall glass of ain't God good, are portraits of grace. Eye candy from God, a tall glass of ain't God good, are portraits of grace. Dad turns 56, senior citizen for real, born 1967. And let's haiku and chill. Just 17 syllables makes your body shake. Thank you.
Woo.
Yes. Woo. Where we at on the count?
The count is, let me see, 35:52.
Okay, we on our way. We on our way.
Yeah.
Yes. Those are all. It's so interesting. I think the more you write, the closer we get to you. If that makes any sense. Like I felt very much in the story, even though it was so brief.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's a gift. That's dope.
Thanks.
Well, I love those. Just so beautifully crafted.
I appreciate it. I wrote them today at work.
Ooh.
Oh shit.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Y'all ain't playing no games today. I appreciate it. All right, so we promised you some prompts. So let's get into it. You know me, all I ask is ever that you just let me know that you can see the screen. What? Oh, not virtual. No. Don't be trying to confuse me. All right, can you guys see that? Uh-uh. How about now? Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Chance. I'm like, oh Lord. Please. Messed up. All right, there we go. Now we're gonna go full screens. There we go. Okay, cool. Do I have anyone who doesn't mind reading for us? Just unmute yourself and go for it.
Um,
I had no
anybody?
friend.
Sorry.
I made quiet my friend. When I had no enemy, I opposed my body. When I had no temple, I made my voice my temple. I have no priest, my tongue is my choir. When I have no means, fortune is my means. When I have nothing, death will be my fortune. Need is my tactic. Detachment is my strategy. When I had no lover, I courted sleep.
Thank you. Right. So this is just, a few slides from workshop I'm gonna do for Art Define on Sunday, cycles, and we're gonna talk about having the audacity. Okay. So this poem suggests, when I had no roof, I made audacity my roof. Right, which I thought was such a hard line. Like, okay, when I didn't know where to aim, I chose to have the audacity, right, to go for it, to go for something that maybe I don't even, I never even thought I could shoot for before, right? So I like this photo here. I always try to add in a little bit of artistic work, so that you can see everything as a prompt, right? Because I'm offering you these prompts, again, as offerings that you could either take if you feel moved to write something as a result of them, or not take. And if you see a photo or image that otherwise moves you to write something, that works for me too. Okay, so I thought this one was dope because somebody had the audacity, right, to make the Mona Lisa a black woman, you know. Somebody said, oh, I know you revere this piece of artwork, but I feel like the black woman also ought to be revered as herself, right? And I think that's really dope and a powerful message. And I want you to consider whether or not you have the audacity, right? And so for 10 minutes, we're going to write. And I'm offering you these prompts. You can mash them up, take a little bit, do whatever you want. It's your 10 minutes. So the first one is, write a poem using or in response to the line, I made audacity my roof. Write a poem about the last time someone did something around or to you that made you think to yourself, the audacity. Write an acrostic poem using the word audacity. Okay? So, good question. Acrostic means we're basically using a poem that spells out a word. So imagine audacity here, but actually going down. So AUDACITY, right? And then your first line is going to start with a word that starts with A, and so on and so forth. So you spell out the word each line. Does that make sense? You said no?
It makes sense, but doing it is a whole nother bop.
Yeah, that's a hard one. So you can try that one later and go and go pick up the notes now, okay? So I'm gonna give y'all 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? And whatever you feel inclined to do, you can write something else. You can work on something else. Do you? It's your 10 minutes. We'll be back in 10. All right? Starting now. Got about 2 minutes left. All right, all right, right. So, if you wrote something, you are welcome to share it. If you're interested, you could put your little, hand up in the reactions box. You see the little smiley face at the bottom? You hit that, it'll let you raise your hand. I saw you, Robin. We accept analog entries as well. Okay. Go ahead, unmute yourself, do your thing.
So like this poem, I didn't just write this because I find it difficult to write on command unless you're giving me a check. Then I'm more encouraged. But this poem's got lots of audacity. So you check this out. Tell me if you think this is audacious or not enough. It's called A Sad Ass Song with No Melody. It has an epigram. The epigram is, I don't write happy shit because I ain't happy shit. That's by Chris Slaughter. Some of y'all sip and puff, puff pass, trying to escape, but I am reality. Some of y'all write only about fantasy, spill ink on paper, wasting trees. I write about shit you don't want to see. I am reality. Some of y'all write about shit that's only in your imagination. That way you don't have to do any investigation. Your writing suffers constipation, but I am reality. Some of y'all complain if I use profanity, but listen to it on your radio and watch it on TV. Besides, there's nothing more profane than poverty. I am reality. Some of y'all believe in the American dream, not admitting things aren't as they seem. Some of y'all won't like what I say, but I say it anyway. I am reality. The handwriting's on the wall, but some of y'all won't read. You turn a blind eye to those that are in need. Your children don't respect you while you sit and wonder why. I tell you we're in trouble because the government is corrupt. You roll your eyes and suck your teeth. You wish I would shut up. I am reality. Your cities are crumbling. You spend tax dollars on bombs. The sea is filled with garbage while you search for planes that are lost. Your ecosystem's failing, icebergs melting to the sea, forest fires raging, destroying all the trees. Monsanto owns the farming industry, controlling all the seeds. The food you eat is garbage. We're dying from disease. Conditions getting worse. You suffer from apathy. You thought Obama could save you, but it seems like he is lost. Not even Jesus can save you with his hands and feet nailed to a cross.
It got just enough audacity,
Yeah, I think that was audacious, huh?
I think so. Definitely made it over the line. Absolutely. amazing. Are you kidding? Come on. Nothing more profane than poverty. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, my brother. Pen is crazy. Yikes. I'm afraid, but I'm happy at the same time. Oh my God. All right, John, I see you. Do your thing.
All right. So yeah, I just kind of wrote where I was at in the space, and we see what it is. It says, shelter wasn't safe these days. Brooklyn streets was hot even in the winter months. So must have spoke a language that never met these grounds. So I hid myself for decades, even after claiming new terrain. My father met these streets early, Brownsville, Spanish Harlem. Grandma's pool hall was an adult playground, a place where children didn't live even if this was home. And they were 13. And heroin was like today's water bottles. I appeared at 18 after Job Corps and pregnancy split our home. Dad gone. Mom Duke's belly claiming more space than she had. I remember she spoke of how she moved place to place, family member to kinfolks. Help wasn't her best friend. In fact, she refused to shoot the word from her mouth. So
Wasn't her
the
best
time
friend.
I could eat solid foods, here comes another. And then there was 3. By the time I can pee straight, 8 had already claimed our household full. Funny how times could change. Old folks die off holding secrets that make their forever homes uneasy. One thing I won't forget is the conversation. The mom apologized for no reason, but to speak her truth. I was dumbfounded and taken aback, almost drunken by her crystal clear speech, still not sure how to respond, but the poet in me had this much to say. Dear Umi, I love you now, just as I love you then. Thanks, your firstborn.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yup. Exactly, and go. Yeah. Good soup, right? Dope. Personal, vulnerable, tangible. Thank you. Terry, I see you. Go ahead, unmute yourself.
My husband's going to get mad at me when he hears this.
Oh.
Someone's always going to get mad at me when they hear one of my poems. He's going to get over it, he said. Okay, hang on. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Come on. I just had it. Oh, here, wait. Okay, there it is. Okay. You had the audacity to lose your damn glasses a 3rd time after we returned from the place where we just brought them from, giving me that pitiful feeling of hopelessness and anger at your mindlessness, followed by the feeling like I literally wanted to slap the shit out of you, but you are a grown man who can never seem to get his shit together. What am I supposed to do? My emotions run hot in this Hungarian and Italian body. The blood boils easily, despite the fact I maintain my sanity and did not come for you. You test my patience on the daily, and it's not lost on me that when I pray to God for patience, that he gives me the people, places, and things that I need to practice more patience in. So, if I am outraged with you, I am outraged with God for giving me what I prayed for, a vehicle to achieve what is needed. Neither he nor you worry about the method, which feels like my head is going to explode. Hopefully, God will scoop me up before that happens. In the meantime, he knows and you know how to push my buttons.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah. We start. Oh no, it was wonderful, but I don't. We ain't starting nothing You know what I'm saying?
You didn't start nothing that wasn't already going on over here.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
All right. Well, hey, let it out. Damn it. This is a safe space. Right? That was dope. Thank you, Terry. Woo. It's real out here. It's real out here. Chanson, I thought I saw your hand. Did you want to share? Did you change your mind?
Oh, I got I can share. I got 3 haiku to share. All right. Shout from the shout from the rooftops with holy boldness. I'm here and I'm here to stay. The audacity, smoking that crap in my car, caught a contact high.
Wow.
To the Queen Ray Jane with golden skin, she's priceless. Her words immortal. Thank you.
Thank you, brother.
No problem.
That's what I said. I'm like, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Hey, I'm in the number, as my grandma say. I appreciate you for being here and choosing to share. All right, keep going. We with you. So we get that 10K. We on our way. We on our way. Right? Hey, you got the audacity to reach for something. That's dope. That's dope. All right, anybody else want to share? All right. It's all right. Think about it some more. We're going to get into another prompt. Okay? Y'all don't want to share? We're going to work. Okay?
That's
You going to share? All right, go for it. I was like, I ain't working.
I don't, like I said, I don't write about if you want what you want me to write unless you got to check from these. So here's something for y'all. This is called Mom Believed in Jesus. Mom believed in Jesus, but I'm a son of Obatala. Evolution took me full circle back to the beginning before Black men hung from trees whose roots grow deep as Ile Ife, emanating from the loins of Oshun, not forced by slavers' whips into abandonment of ancestral visions, scars as deep as the Atlantic, middle passage in my DNA, memory everlasting, twisted and locked like Nati's dread before the Romans merged Heru and that dissident Apollonius of Tirana to invent the Lord of Lords that you call Jesus. Before Europe's darkest age, when Elizabeth made twisted James the King, who hijacked Biblios Helios and sold it to you as gospel. I came through pyramids to kneel at obelisks, secrets of the Sphinx I sing, for man fears time, but time fears the Sphinx. This Yodaki on my shoulders sounded the world into being. I descended from the cosmos, sent by Olodumare on the web of spiders before the earth had seasons. You tried to figure me out, not understanding the poetry nor the reason. You thought I wore my hair in locks because of Rastafari, but those were sacred antennae, were connections to the messengers of gods that existed long before him. So don't be fooled by photographs that only tell part of the story. The soul has no beginning and no end. The kingdom of heaven is within, and this is just an image of my holy temple.
Woo! Y'all feel free to unmute yourselves.
That was awesome. That was awesome.
Thank you.
My question is, where do you dig to get that? Like, 'cause that ain't no surface shit, man. You digging deep. You got a shovel in your back pocket, man.
I read. I've been doing this a long time. I'm 78 years old, man. I got a lot of shit in here.
Okay.
You like in your book list.
Look, I like that.
You like that? Okay.
I would. Listen, why not? We all got stuff to learn. I certainly do. So if you offering lessons, I'm like, let me so what I gotta read to be that dope? Oh, okay. I go to the middle.
Oh, no.
I read it from the middle first, and then
I'm afraid to be that dope.
right.
They'll come looking for me. So I don't want to get there. Just give me what I need to have.
all right. Gotta have audacity.
That's it, right? You gotta have the
But
audacity.
brother, it's your job to be that dope.
Okay. Sure. And you ain't no slouch.
Well, I must be, because I had the hardest time figuring out what link to click on to get in here.
Right on time.
I clicked on everything. I am technologically obtuse, period.
But you dope with the words because you made that still sound pretty cool. Like, you know what?
Well, we are poets, right?
It's true. It's true. You got something you want to share?
Yeah, I found this on one of those sites on Facebook where they steal your work and you can't copy it. So I was looking at that. So I'm gonna go straight mystical tonight, okay? And I just found this poem, and I wrote it back in 2018. Okay, the title is What If? What if I told you that you are divine? You have the spark of the Almighty coursing through your being. What if I told you that it is your duty and your destiny to develop and express that spark as only you can? What if you truly know, that you are just one cell in the body of Olodumare and your function must be fulfilled? What if I told you that all of the galaxies that exist are inside of you, that you were born from stardust? You can invoke the power of your origins and accomplish miracles. What if I told you what if I told you you can invoke the power of your origins and accomplish miracles? You can tap into the forces of your world, the universe, and return your life to spiritual order. What if I told you that you're using only a small atom of who you are and you can change in a nanosecond? That your vision is limitless, that your ability to create is infinite, that your power joined with a knowing, not a belief, a knowing, would create an evolution so powerful that your life and those around you would never be the same? What if I told you that you are a reflection in every way of the Creator? Radiate brightly, embrace who you really are, and live wondrously. Ashe.
I should.
Okay. Right? If only we freed from that knowledge.
What if?
What if? You laying it on us tonight. We like it. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, part of our problem as human beings living on this planet is we don't remember who we really are. Every religion in the world tells you that you're a reflection, a spiritual reflection of the Creator, but they don't bother to tell you too that you have an obligation and a divine heritage to live up to. Just like, your parents might have told you, well, you're a Jones, you have to live up to the Jones name. I'm telling you the same thing. You're divine, you got to live up to that divinity, not use I'm just a human being as an excuse for not even trying.
Oof. That's a word. That's a word. I'm going to just take it into my spirit because that's where it wants to go. You know what I'm saying? Need those reminders. We appreciate you for bringing them forward. Right? For being here. And I know we're going to get some more from you. I know we will. The link works. So I know we're going to get
Yeah, the link works. I found it. I was persistent.
Yes, yes, absolutely. We're glad to have you here, as always. As always.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else want to share before we get into another prompt? All right, let's do it. Let's Let's see if this gonna work for me the first time around. Yes, there we go. All right. So we're gonna listen to something real quick. Then we're gonna write real quick. All right. As soon as my screen gets it together. You're not alone, Oshun. You're not alone. You know, we all out here fighting the technology. All right. All right. So this poem is entitled The Audacity of Depression. All right, by Akeem Jamal Rollins. So just take it in.
Son of a bitch tried to kill me.
What?
Perhaps I'm being dramatic, histrionic even, but the son of a bitch, depression tried it. First you took my friends, then you take my son, and when I believe the darkness is as it gets, you make me look light-skinned and steal my family, you hungry ass bitch. You think my life to be your sweet at the end of a sad meal. I am not your just dessert. You do not deserve me, depression. You have the audacity of an unsolicited dick pic to speak to me with my own voice to convince me I am worthless. That's sad. Bitch don't even got his own voice to spit with. I survived emergency surgery and said 2 more, please. I survived my son's head burst open in my own neighborhood where I lay my own head at. I survived the car soda can crunching on an oak tree. Sunset, the woman I trusted most when she parcel tongue tome. I can't believe you really suicidal because you ain't never did it. The break-in, the breaking, the assault. I survive and survive, I survive, but a bitch gotta live sometimes. I have stitched my own thread of life long enough to know it is in my hands, my mouth, my heart, my God. My depression has the audacity to try to use my hands to kill me, convince me to do it. No more. This is my house. How dare you wear shoes in my motherfucking house? I gained all this weight before and lost my love for myself. Lost it to get my love back. Gained my weight and loved myself at the same time. Yes, trauma do make a bitch hungry. Enough to eat my feelings and yours. The audacity of depression to exist inside me. Scream ghost in a mausoleum. Tried to make me graveyard lost. Depression inside of me. It is smaller. We have all beaten some small thing and lived to give the narrative, screamed it into abyss-colored microphone and stare at the world, screaming back at us. We don't survive on accident. I get to live like I deserve my life, period. And I am done. I am done being a jester dancing in front of an unhappy God that I can't get to laugh. I'm dancing for me and laughing the whole damn time. Now, I will get the world to dance with me. Thank you.
So, just want y'all to think, right, about audacity in general, right? And what does that even mean, right? And what context do we have to consider it from? Right? Or is it even something that is boxed in that way, right? So I got another poem for you to consider. This one, you'll see. So first of all, can you see it? Is it big enough on the screen? Do you need it to be bigger?
Yes.
How about that? Is that better?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Anybody willing to read or brave enough to read it?
I always feel black, you know. I close my eyes at night and the tar behind them lids ain't nearly as dark as me. I wake to 1,000 white daggers darting ocular. It's only sunlight, baby, my lover laughs. I want to feel most colored when my lover calls me baby, her eyes quelled. Into half moons, Instead, my color joined us in the aisle at Target. A white man barreling toward us and spits, "Nigga dykes," he said. And I'm all, yeah, okay, but you ain't gonna beat my ass. I trying to avoid incarceration and it ain't working. Or is it? I refuse the elegy and I'm grown. Growing weary of fighting. I am knuckled into concrete. White schools is mine, a body kept alive by white repute. Some of the poets call these jails and others pipelines or war zones. I'm inclined to agree. I've been told I got promise when I write about fucking instead of bullets. Promise, meaning a poem so beautiful I must not be tragically black. However drowned I am by white noise when calling for help. An officer arrives, his gun drawn at me while my weapon melts. I mean, my mouth leaks blood. Am I armed then or breathing? Am I a threat to the nation or a small nation of risk or a threat to a nation of risk or any way an inconvenience? Colored, loud, or colored, I am sharpened against the flint of white rage. Or how dare you say women and exclude the white ones? I'm fighting the idea of police and fathers, or else I'm dreadful and mad. I'm salacious and ever stuck on old shit or a shitty writer. Perhaps it's true. Perhaps I feel my nigga and color it, but I mean it. I think, whoa, what happened? I know better. The Target security guard walks us to our cars. I says women like us have to be discreet. I like to think he meant safe. I feel most colored when I realize it's dangerous to explain myself casually. I feel most colored when someone make it clear. Ain't nothing about me relaxed. It ain't simple. I'm colored and proudly line my bed with women, which is perhaps the saddest, blackest praise. I'm colored, bitch, or baby in the streets. I critique colored. I color formally. I form the poem the critic. I flint or fleck color. I settle the flame. I perform white into a bed and fuck it. I'm dirty after I don't shower. I call the police pigs and build my politic. In jazz, I dance wild. Don't touch the floor. It's the jungle. I have no race, and this ain't my country. I ain't got no skin in it. I'm so dark, I'm the cosmos. And you can't catch the blues or pronounce my name without biting your tongue. Don't touch, can't feel me lest you colored. And like me, can't pin me to a wall or chain my hands to my feet or make me translate. You can't even see me. I'm so colored. I'm so colored, invisible. I widen my legs and disappear. You think you shutting my mouth. You just endorsed my shit. Feel me? Against the wall, I'm colored. This is the stick up. Against her chest, I am colored. Oh, please. Oh, yes. When I beg, I'm colored. When I'm broke, too. When I have children, when my womb is barren, I'm so nigga I ain't got no name. Answer to the titles of books. Call me heavy or magic or Achilles. Call me bestiary or homie or hull. That all? Yeah.
Thank you.
I think that's it.
Yeah, you did it. Thank you. Thank you for reading. Oof. All the things, right? Have the audacity to be. Right? So we're going to write 5 minutes this time. Nothing crazy. Just long enough for those of us who are not getting paid to write to find the piece to read, okay? Because you do not have to write. That's not a requirement. We want your old shit. We want the thing that you feel inspired to write right now, or even just your silence and your donation of energy to the room. That's fine too. Okay. So y'all know I always got a little piece of art in here because again, I want anything and everything to be a prompt if possible. So this is actually a quilt, if you believe it or not, by a artist named Bisa Butler. So I just thought it was so dope what kind of art you can make just with quilting and seeing this person, right? Almost seems like their spirit is bending backwards out of itself, you know, trying to be as colorful as it actually is. So in this 5 minutes, we're going to write a poem using the line, women, or whatever you identify as, like us, have to be discreet. Or write a poem answering the question, is there something in your culture that would need audacity to do or be when among others? Example, code switching, right? Write a poem explaining why you are a small nation of risk. All right, so we're gonna do it for 5 minutes. As always, I'll never give you a challenge I'm not willing to take on as well. So I will be writing with you. And then we're gonna share either what you wrote or what you found to read, all of which is welcome. All right, 5 minutes starts now. All right, see you on the flip side.
Yeah.
All right, lovers, we made it through our second prompt of the evening, or snack time, break, bathroom run, whatever it was for you. It's all good, no judgment here. Okay, so if you did write something new or find something old new in between, please do put your hand up either digitally or in the analog way so I can see it, and we'll get to you. Okay, I see that. I see you, Baba. All right, okay, and I'll keep my good eye out for the rest of you. Okay, Ja, I see you. We got the digital version on here. As you can see, it works both ways, folks. Okay, so if you feel so inclined and inspired after these two poets do their thing, then just let me know and we'll let you get down. All right, and go ahead, do your thing. You're muted.
Maybe I should unmute. That work?
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
They walk through life with eyes wide shut, in denial that their TV sets lied, that their holy books are plagiarized by amnesia patients suffering post-traumatic stress since the Spanish Inquisition, trading land for beads and Bibles to those who could not read, then forced to believe that the cross would save them. They said, believe us, but it didn't save Jesus. Immaculate conception, reincarnation, resurrection, to suffer the wrath of the sword in those days of dark called medieval, ruled by society's secrets, degrees and planets, evicted from temples, numbers keepers. King James, the filthy, drunken pervert, seized the scrolls and flipped the scripture, but never got instructions to decipher the inscriptions passed down by master teachers, otherwise known as Egyptians. So tell me, who's defining this definition? Did he fit the description in the lineup of those accused of treason? Tell me, Buddha, what do you think of this new guy, Jesus? Should we ask Krishna if he's come to confuse us? After all, crusaders burned witches at the stake. So was he sent to deceive us with the veil of misconception that there was only one immaculate conception, crucifixion, resurrection? Well, first you better take a look at the planet's ancient mystery books. It doesn't take a CSI to know that there were thieves in the temple. Word, that lion Judas. You mean he didn't speak of Horus or Attis, Krishna or Dionysus, Buddha or Mithra, and those of every family? You best to find the righteous path, learn the science and the math to play the dozens. To everything there's a season. 12 tribes equal 12 disciples equal 12 constellations of planets around Horus, the sun. The secret of life is one. How do I know this, you ask? At high noon, I shapeshifted into a dove. I was there when he stood in a circle squared.
I just want somebody to do a documentary.
So you gonna do it, John? I mean,
Well, I'm working on two, so it's gonna have to wait. But I mean, if I can get funding, I damn sure would. There are tails beneath the tails. You know what I mean? And I don't know that everybody don't catch them. You can't, because while you're working on one, he done gave you another one.
Straight jabs.
Mm-hmm.
Just jabbing us. What did we do? That's what I want to know. Just oof, oof, oof. Listen, if you don't already have the man's book, and what book is that in Gum? Can you show the people?
I didn't come here to tap dance.
Okay.
You ain't lying. Don't worry. I'll send you a message because I need to get with you.
Okay.
Get with each other, build. That's what we love to see and do here. And woo, getting it, you're doing it. All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Oh, my brother. Ja, did you take your hand down after that? Did you was like, forget it?
No, I didn't take it down. I went another way, but maybe I should.
Nah, man, nah. There's space for all of us. feel me? We all need.
Am I up or I'm in the hole? Which one? How was?
You up?
Okay. So I kind of stayed with that first poem with depression. I like the way that it kind of resonated with me. I wrote down the first line and then I went with it. It said, after the sunset began to find its pillow behind the darkened sky, before the bullets left the gun and ex-friends welcomed themselves enemies and convicts, after the 38 decided my face and back had an iron deficiency, back when you had a new name but with the same empty pockets and friends that showed up on payday that weren't theirs. I remember your scent. Busted irons and pissy hallways we had to clean because Umi was the super. And although 8 was enough, the oldest always kept the weight in balance, me. It's no wonder they called me. After 8 and 9 and 13, when she was 32 years old and saw me as candy. And her husband grilled me every chance he had as if he knew how she treated me when he was absent. Sure, there was mac and cheese you paid for, the same groceries I carried home before she carried me to her bedroom. Eventually, I knew the position. 10 and 2 like she taught me. Holding the curves you refused to acknowledge. I knew you then. Never calling my name, just owning my space. Telling me boy was not good enough here, so I had to man up is what they say. Still, too young, too short, too broke, too familiar, too much to remember and way too much to forget. I do remember your name with all 10 of the letters to spell it. Yeah.
Oh man, that was amazing.
Yeah. Sometimes you relive some things, you know? Sometimes you relive some things.
Inviting us in. Letting us stand with you in that. It's a privilege to see what you create with that trauma, with that pain.
You know, that was the second older woman who decided I was old enough. There was 3 in total, but right before I was gunned down at 19, I had my third experience with a grown woman. And so wrapping all that in, you know, I can put all of them in different places within the same para, and that's how that went. And I try to, I'm not saying I try to write those. I just don't refuse my pen when it's there, because there's a lot of men who went through the same thing, and they struggle with love over lust, and they don't know that sex don't mean love. But we're taught at such a young age when a grown woman decides to manipulate a young man who don't know no better, you know. And I said, I mean, I'm walking home with this man and, you know, left her money to buy groceries. I'm carrying the groceries home, and, you know, I'm in here, and sometimes I had to jump out the damn window. You know what I'm saying? You know, but a lot of men don't talk about it. So I don't refuse my pen when it decides that that's what's there. And his poem, you know, said, hello, here we go. And so there we are. Hey, Kelly.
Yeah, that poem was necessary.
It was necessary. Thank you.
Necessary. You need to be heard. Yeah. Yeah, indeed.
One of my not to cut you off, but one of my next, when I finish with these projects here, my next project is to talk to young men and adult men who have gone through that lifestyle, and get them to not necessarily share it with everybody else, but to eventually begin that process of dealing with it. Because you're not gonna make it. You're not gonna find happy when you haven't dealt with those things. And so that's one of the next projects I want to work on big. That trauma. Yeah.
That's good work, my brother. That's good.
Thank you, Ray Jane.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You know, for having the audacity to go there, right? Because that's a truth that we don't hear often enough. And, I can't speak it the way that you can speak it, right? Nobody can speak it from a place of understanding in a way that someone who lived it can, right? That's a different kind of invitation. So I appreciate you for inviting someone else to be brave enough. And I won't even say brave, because sometimes I think that word is overused as well, right? Just to choose, right, to tell their story, even if it hurts, even if it hurts coming back up, just like it hurt when you pushed it down, right? So I appreciate you, my brother. Keep on listening to that pen, man. You blessing all of us with that obedience. Right. All right, man. Woo! Something's in the water up in here. You know what I'm saying? I'm here for it, It's not like the stuff in the chemtrails. It's like the stuff that's not poisonous. It's like the stuff that you can consume, like love, like good stuff, Speaking of love and good stuff, hello, Kelly. I'm looking these. Come on, you got the specs on, the hair.
It'll be green soon, but for now, it's a normal human color. Have to live with it.
Green is for the heart. We love that. Go on, do your thing.
Okay, I'd like to tell you I'm going to bring it to a more uplifting. No. I am a small nation of risk. Population every man I have taken to bed, whose names I have long forgotten if I knew them at all. These men think I'm a lucky break, an easy lay who doesn't want a phone call the next day, but women think I'm reckless, that I should be more wary, that just because I know where I've hidden the knives doesn't mean I'll get to them in time. In time. They worry that in time I'll be a statistic. Every woman knows a victim, more victims than not, if we're being honest, which we confess in tearfully hushed voices after too much wine, the times we lost our humanity to our femininity and became a number. A miracle of math, since every woman knows, as we can count the victims on all our fingers and toes, that the men in our lives don't seem to know a single perpetrator. That the day I stopped taking so many risks so heedlessly was the day I told you to stop. And maybe you didn't hear me over the sounds of our bodies meeting, but we had gone too fast and I was not ready, and it hurt. I hurt, so I said stop, and you did not. So I said it again and again and again, a lifetime of regret and recrimination between each iteration, the fatefulness of it, no surprise, just resignation. Is this the night I joined the sorority of the violated? You stopped eventually. You did. I never said you didn't, but you didn't understand why the tears fell from my eyes. Your bewilderment was honest, but it made the rage inside crest and roll like an ocean I could drown in, because how could you not know why I was crying? How could you not know? How could you not know? How do they never know? To be a woman who sleeps with men is to willingly invite the lion between your legs. And that was as far as I got.
Shit. Hell of a place to get to.
Thank you.
Kelly. Wow.
Yeah, that was a hell of a place to stop.
Okay. I almost don't want you to write anything else. I just want everybody else to get cut off like we got cut off. That's it. Now go recover. That was tremendous. Which speaks to all that you have to say, right? And how talented you are, right? 5 minutes.
Yeah, it was very ranty 5 minutes.
That's okay. The next time you run into the inevitable, writing strike spiritually, because sometimes I think our spirit be like, nah, you're not supposed to say nothing right now. You're supposed to be listening. That's why your pen can't move, because you're supposed to be here with it. We're supposed to be taking it in, not putting it out yet, right? I'm cooking it in you. I'm adding experiences so that when you say it right. Right. So when those moments happen and you doubt your talent, I want you to remember these 5-ish minutes where you blew everybody away in this little Zoom circle with what you could do in 5 minutes with your words. That's some real good. That's woo. That makes my Friday. Thank you. Thank you, Kelly. Beautiful work, as always. I see you, Marissa. Yes, you want to go now? We kind of toward the end. Well, actually, we got Terry up before you, and then we'll have you. All right? All right, Terry, go ahead, do your thing.
Okay, this is a little, I don't know. It's not weird, but it's a little questionable. Okay. Whoops. What did I just do? Sorry. Okay. Women like us are never discreet. Our blood seeps through the paleness of the sheets. Nothing takes it out except peroxide, if you get it early. I remember the early days as a mom when I had to get a job, and the only option was daycare. Did I have a way with children? Not really. I was a new mom, but God made a way. The kids seemed to know this and gravitated to me. Some of them would have tantrums and bang their teeth and heads on the cribs. The state would not allow bumpers in them for fear of suffocation. Others would fall when they attempted to run before they could walk. Injuries occurred despite our best efforts. The old, fat, useless biatch who used to run the daycare had a suspicious eye on me, her eyebrows always raised when I showed her that the peroxide takes out the blood.
Listen, I liked it. Look, I prefer weird, but that's just...
Yeah.
It was still a good story.
But the poem is it's a little questionable, but yeah.
It's a story. We followed it. I was with it. I was like, okay. And then what happened? Okay. Oh, she's hating on you. She hating on you. It's always one of them. It's always one of them in the workplace. Haters, you know? But we thank God you persevered as well, right? It's a beautiful thing. All right. So we done almost made it to the end. So Marissa, you want to share? Prada Boo. And if you don't know, our fearless leader, Marissa Prada.
Oh my gosh, I'm busy. I'm making a strawberry cake for my daughter's birthday tomorrow. From scratch, because I don't do anything normal. So, is there a theme for tonight, Regine?
Do you, baby?
All right. Well, so I have a piece I haven't read on here yet. It's a really heavy piece. I normally don't offer trigger warnings, but if I was to offer a trigger warning, I would say trigger warning for this piece. But this piece has been weighing on my mind for a while now, and I needed to write it. So here we go. It's titled Morning After, MOUR. I killed our baby today because they say they will always save the mother, and I couldn't leave you a widower yet. I killed our baby because the stone we thought was in my kidney turned out to be our love, overgrown to a place nothing could survive. A tubal pregnancy misplaced our hopes of being parents, and there was just no other way. I killed our baby today. Something you forced into my womb since I was only 16 years old and you were my coach. Because I finally told an adult this bleeding wouldn't stop, like my uterus was crying. Trickle down effect of dry eyes used to lying, and there was just no other way. I killed our baby today because I can barely feed myself. Concrete is no place for a crib, trading favors and sins for survival. I killed our baby today because valedictorians don't push strollers, must graduate, can't be a failure, disappointment, broke, pregnant, unmarried, dropout, like they always said I would be. I killed our baby today because you were just a lonely fuck. No way to contact you anyway. Too many mouths to feed already on the broken backs of bills, 2 jobs, and blatant family shame. I killed our baby today because I am just not ready. And this is my body and it is my choice. And shouldn't that just be enough? I killed our baby today. Was just no way I could allow your rage to stay in the safety of my womb. A reminder of how you robbed me of my freedom, corrupted my body and all my joyful dreams, since there was just no other way. Quick trip to the pharmacy. 1 small pill, 2 shaky hands, 1 sip of water, swallow, cough, breathe, relief. Gratitude, grief, gratitude. Now just take a step, make a move, forward, now. I killed our baby today, so you wouldn't have to bury both of us.
Woo.
Oh.
Whoa.
Oh, Marissa.
So honest.
So powerful. Wow.
I'm not even going to attempt to say a word.
It's okay. It needed to be done. It needed to be written. So thank y'all. I hope everyone's okay.
So honest.
Can you see me?
Look, all of us. Right? Listen.
All of us.
Much love, Marissa.
With you. And again, so grateful for y'all willing to tell your stories. Like, you don't gotta be here, number 1. You don't have to participate, number 2. Right? And you certainly don't have to dig into some of the most painful things to share with us. So we're so appreciative. And I'm sure that there's somebody out there who needed to hear that. Right? Is a little bolder, has a little bit more audacity to their survival because they get to hear about yours. So thank you for sharing your stories with us tonight. I'm just grateful to be with you. We're going to be here every last Friday of the month, making space for you to be just who you are. And that's all the things that made you who you are, right? Even things that are hard to look at, to talk about, to mention, to remember. Nonetheless, to do that out loud. So kudos to you for ending your week in a powerful place, right? Taking ownership of your story and how it makes you greater, right? Not complete, but greater.
I have a lot of women friends this year who have been dealing with decisions like this, and they don't. I find historically, as women, we don't talk about this almost never, and so with Roe v. Wade being overturned and having abortion be such a faux pas topic suddenly is not helping those who need to heal emotionally and physically and spiritually. So I think talking about it, and I hope I caught a lot of people's situation in that piece, because it's really important we continue to support each other in a protective place, that's a brave space, right? We don't say it's a safe space because we can't guarantee safety, but we can say it's a brave. So I hope maybe people don't feel quite so alone, including the partners. The partners are always affected by that. So thanks, Regine. I love you.
Welcome. The love is real and it's returned always, right? And we invite you, partners, also. If you got a story from that perspective, we'd love to hear that story. That story is so seldom told as well, right? It's a lot of pain in that decision, and a lot of humanity in it as well, right? And we just want to leave space for you to be your whole selves, right? So this is Freestyle Fridays, right? We coming off the cuff. Sometimes it's right out of the heart, it's bleeding on you, it's lovely in here. I don't know why, British woman just jumped out. But, sometimes that happens. And I just want you to know that, all of you is invited, including the personalities, whoever is up in there, bring them with you, let them read a poem or two. Come on back. If you don't have something fresh, we'll try to have some prompts for you always, something to inspire you, even if it's just to be creating in a space where other people are creating, which for me is more than enough, right? So thank you for being with us. Again, I'm your host, Ray Jane. Y'all know me. But if there's anybody out there in Facebook Clan who doesn't, the Word is Right is doing something just about every day of the week, okay? So if you need somewhere safe to be, and again, just like Marissa said, we can't guarantee safety, but we could do our damnedest to at least try to create that level, that foundation of it, right, to build on for the evening. And if you'd like to join us in doing so next time, right, the last Friday of the month, let me look what September's telling us. Let me look at the calendar. I'm old. I can't remember everything these days. 29th, September 29th. All right. So we're gonna be back in a spot with you. As always, feel free to unmute yourselves. Give some.
Don't forget about the Poetry Summit in September. We got the New Mexico Poetry Summit in September. We have 24 featured readers. We have dozens more flying in from all over the U.S. and Canada. It's going to be an amazing time. It's a 3-day event. It's just awesome. You go to redorgreenbooks.com for information on that, and you can see and read all the people who are coming. It's like such a cool melting pot of human beings. Like, I'm so excited. So, yeah.
That's fantastic. Listen, there's a lot of stuff going. Y'all better get involved, especially these first time events. Come on, get in on the ground floor. That's all we're saying. You know what I mean? It's important. Y'all, we know you got some things coming. So please make sure you stay connected with us so we can elevate the things that you create, because that's also part of the work of being in the community, right? Can't just say I'm in the community, right? What you doing for it? All right. So see y'all guys next time, September 29th. Thank you so much for being here. Peace. Love you.